All right, our student showcase. We have with us tonight Principal Ms. Parker, who is going to introduce well, both of our groups. So go ahead.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I am first going to come with our athletics teams, and tonight we are actually presenting these young men who made us proud as they swam and dove to a sectional championship and a 6th place finish at the state meet. Ben Lewis led the charge with 2 individual top 6 finishes, each good enough for first team all-state honors. Those 2 swims were also good enough to etch his name atop the list of fastest 200 and 500 freestylers in school history. He also holds the school record in the 100 fly and the 100 free. Not to be completely outdone, Emmett Harmon earned 2nd team all-state honors with a 10th place finish in the 100 fly. Emmett and Ben teamed up with Philip Walby and Thomas Radatori for a 14th place in the medley relay. Lars Rauch joined the trio of Ben, Emmett, and Thomas to garner two top 7 finishes, earning All-State and All-American honors in the 2 free relays. Rounding out the field of OPRF participants was Garrett Lundgren, who competed in diving. We are truly grateful for the opportunity to represent at the highest level, and we are proud of all of the young men on the team and how well they represented themselves this season and on into the championships. Thank you for your support and care for all of our students, and particularly our swimmers and divers. We're also joined by assistant coach, Ms. Joyce Gaia, who's here, and she is going to give each of the young men their bags to signify their state win. So Emmett Harmon, Philip Walby, Thomas Radatori, Lars Rauch, and Ben Lewis. I'm going to give their different races, and I'm going to have them stand as I say their name, and you can stay standing because they won quite a bit. 200 medley relay, 14th place, Emmett Harmon, Philip Walby, Thomas Radatori, Lars Rauch. 200 free, 3rd place, All-State Automatic All-America, Ben Lewis. 50 free, 25th place, Thomas Radatori. Diving, for 43rd place, Garrett Lundgren, who's not here. He couldn't be here this evening with us. 100 fly, 10th place, 2nd team All-State Emmett Harmon. 500 free, 6th place, All-State All-American consideration, Ben Lewis. 200 free relay, 5th place, All-State Automatic All-America, Ben Lewis, Thomas Radatori, Lars Rauch, and Emmett Harmon. 100 breaststroke, 39th place, Philip Walby, and the 400 free relay, 7th place, 2nd team All-State All-American consideration, Ben Lewis, Thomas Radatori, Lars Rauch, and Emmett Harmon.
Congratulations, gentlemen. You did an amazing job.
So proud to have you.
Thank you, Coach Gaida.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you as well.
Thank you.
As our young men leave, we're going to be joined by our speech team who is out in the hallway, and they are going to be joined by Susan Johnson, as well as their coaches who are there so that we can do the showcase for activities. So we can come. I'm gonna move one so that Mr. Bishop can get it around.
All right, good evening. So
This month for student activities, we brought our speech team. So here we have a number of members from our speech team as well as some of our coaches. And Miss Pat Cheney is sitting right behind me, and then Peter Wisniewski in the front row, and Matt Johnston back there. And Pat's gonna introduce the kids.
Thank you for welcoming us this evening. I'd like to turn the presentation over to my students. Mike, as far as co-head captain of your is Sophia, have a seat, for Zala. Our other co-captain, Colin Parker, is not here with us this evening because he's working. Sophia and the rest of our team, as far as Zeke, William, Simone, Anna, Sophia, pardon me, Sophie, Egan Devoretsky, Olivia Lee, Bella Lubacek, Zeke Wells, and Anna Robinson Bell, and will be making the presentation, letting you know what they did for this season. Zeke, if you can come up, and Sophia.
All right, so our adult stuff. Oh, sorry. Okay. Our co-head captains, I am one of them, and then Colin, who is not here, and then our head coaches are Miss Cheney, who's over there, and Miss Walter, who couldn't be with us today. And then for the assistant coaches, we have Mr. Johnston and Mr. V. And yeah.
We also have our volunteer coaches and judges, Mr. John Stankovich, Kevin Bry, Abby Feldman, Michael Ashford. And our additional judges are Reginald Payne, Ayana Heron, Wanda Griffin, Mark Weissglass, Gabe Gerson, and Andrew Scott.
So we are an IHSA competitive activity with 15 individual events. Those events fall into a bunch of different categories. They are acting events, interpretation events, original writing events, public speaking events, radio announcing, and performance in the round. Students generally compete in 2 or 3 events in each tournament.
And then in September, students attend an information meeting and placement auditions, but we are a no-cut activity at OPRF, and every student should have the opportunity to find their voice. We coach weekly, and we have a team meeting and then 2 half-hour coaching sessions per event that you do. And the first couple sessions are used to select events, pick topics for speeches, and learn more about the events.
Now, when you join this team, students typically select 2, maybe 3 events, and they coach with those events weekly. Team members join a Google Classroom with a code, and then every week they send out a Google spreadsheet where we put in our times and such for the coaching sessions that week.
And we start tournament competitions on Saturdays, starting generally at the end of October, the first week of November. And we attend approximately 10 to 12 invitational tournaments, each having about 25 to 35 schools participating. And then we do the IHSA State Series and the National Speech and Debate Association District Tournament. And we do have IHSA academic eligibility to see pass play.
So as previously mentioned, we do have coaching weekly, roughly 2 to 3 sessions, depending on the event chosen by the student. And the schedule largely does cater to the student. I myself was able to participate in speech team while also being in a little theater show here at OPRF. The coaching hours are Monday to Friday, 3:30 to 7:30 p.m. With half-hour sessions. Detailed coaching schedules are posted in the Google Classroom weekly on Friday or Saturday for the next week. Students and parents sign a seasonal contract, selecting which terms they are available to attend during the season. We are able to have 2 to 4 students compete in each event at any given tournament.
Students are expected to follow IHSA school and activity rules as stated in the contract. If someone should break a code of conduct rule, we will report it to the director of student activities. Academics matter. Personally, I've had some experience. I was doing poorly in classes, and Ms. Cheney and Ms. Walter encouraged me to go to tutoring and get my grades back up so I could participate in the activity, and it really helped. And then as far as absences go, absences listed on a student's contract are excused, but other absences that are unexcused, unless an emergency or an illness, you should email Mrs. Cheney or Ms. Welter if you're going to be absent for any reason. And tournament drop fees might apply if they are not able to fill your slot. And then as far as communication goes, we use Google Classroom and email, and also utilize Remind for coaches and students. And then students also use a group app for our social activities. And then in terms of attire, we have to wear business attire, which is suits or slacks, or a skirt, a blouse, shirt, belt, and a tie. We also have to wear dress shoes, minimal jewelry, and in our 2021 to 2022 season, we had to wear a mask as well.
Okay, so in terms of Saturday tournaments, they're all day. We meet at the school at 5:30, 6 a.m. We load the bus and then we go to the school which the tournament is at. And then we compete in a minimum of 3 rounds, lunch, and then a finals round and the award ceremony. We get back to the school at about 6:30 p.m. There are usually 10 to 12 invitational tournaments, but this year we only attended 3 fewer than in past years. 1 tournament we were withdrawn due to COVID, and 2 we dropped due to low numbers or conflict with the winners.
All right, and then we had 4 team tournament trophies this year. We took 3rd place at regionals, 4th place at Willowbrook Invitational, 4th place at the District 211 Novice and University, and then 5th place at the Bolingbrook Invitational. And then we had 75 individual awards. So we had 4 tournament champions. Olivia was tournament champion twice, and then Ziggy and me.
We took 2nd place 15 times, 3rd place 10 times, 4th place 13 times, 5th place 13 times, 6th place 8 times, and we had 12 finalists.
So we're members, national accomplishments from 1970 to 2022, National Speech and Debate Association Chapter 2392 Honor Society. We have the leading chapter award for the 100 Club for the past 15 years.
We attended 25 national tournaments since 1970. We had 3 in the top 60 in 2016 in Salt Lake City, and nationals this year are going to be in Kentucky.
We have had 8 academic All-American awards in the past 3 years, 12 new NSDA honor team members this year with 36 new degree levels. And tonight we'd like to honor our 3 graduating seniors, Sophia Wardzala, Sophie Egan-Dovoretsky, and Ashley Salter.
So this year, over the past 8 years, we've gotten top 5 teams at the regional competition. But then this year we got 3rd place at our regional. And in the 15 events, we advanced 12 people to sectionals. And in sectionals, 2 of them made it to the final round. Since 1987, we've had 5 IHSA state champions. In 2004, we were the 5th place team award. And since 1987, we've had 25 state finalists and all academic team award each year for the past 10 years.
We have had 6 state finalists from 1963 and 1987, and we had a huge jump. So we had 65 state qualifiers from 1987 to now. Okay, so in terms of safety protocols, students must wear a high-quality mask, either surgical or KN95, to all tournaments. We're supposed to stay home if we're sick or if we've tested positive for COVID-19. And we're supposed to make good choices so we can compete all season.
Also, please know that flexibility is very important to us right now. know that things will change and we hope to be operating at full non-COVID capacity soon. For the 2020 to 2021 school year, competitions were either asynchronous with performance links or via Zoom or an NSEA meeting room. We are happy to sort of be back to normal, but performing with masks, and we do hope that this will change in the future.
And so we're going to be showcasing 3 different events: dramatic duet acting, oratorical declamation, and special occasion speaking. And we will have short clips of each.
Most events are approximately 8 minutes, except for extemporaneous speaking, which is 7 minutes, and radio, which is 5 minutes.
23 candles this year.
23 is a lot.
You thought 19 was a lot.
So imagine how I'm feeling now.
Old?
Practically ancient.
You know, mom and dad are like twice that.
Yeah, Sawyer, and they're old.
I think, Samantha, they'd be offended by that.
Old people get offended by everything.
Hey, thanks for the flowers.
Well, it is our birthday.
Not yet, it isn't. What time is it?
11:18.
Like 40 more minutes.
He says like it's such a chore to hang out with me.
Well, you are kind of a headache.
Oh, like when?
Does our 8th birthday ring a bell?
Sawyer
And Sam.
are twin sisters.
Basically, they
Finish each other's sentences.
they share a bond most people will never have.
They discover how strong that bond really is in. It was a quiet Saturday night at home. My dad made some dinner while I sat at the table with my younger sister, who was visiting for the weekend. I planned to stay at home by myself while she went to a party with her friends. Then I decided it was my only night with her. I had nothing better to do, so why not? There's a dumb party 10 minutes from my house. I would go, dance like a fool, and embarrass my younger sister. I made silly faces, let my guard down, and drank liquor too fast. The next thing I remember, I was in a gurney in a hallway. I had dried blood on the backs of my hands and elbow. The deputy explained that I had been assaulted. I remained calm, assured he was speaking to the wrong person. I knew no one at this party. Aisha Mirza once said, "It is not the bruises of the body that hurt. It is the wounds of the heart and the scars on the mind." In 2015, Chanel Miller was sexually assaulted by Brock Turner. Turner was found guilty, but was sentenced to only 6 months in jail. He served only 3. After remaining anonymous for 4 years,
When I entered the 4th grade, my teacher asked me a question that struck fear into my younger self. What did you do this summer? Now, there was no crime, no mafia, no cartel. I should have been all set. But what scared me was that we were required to answer with a short essay response. See, that summer I had just moved back to the United States, after living in China for the past 5 years, meaning I had no idea how to write anything in English. Up until that point, my schooling had been in Chinese. This unfamiliar territory was terrifying, but I knew I had to find some strategy to overcome it. For you, the unfamiliarity of high school can seem daunting at first. But today, Miss Navani has asked me, as a leadership student, to come talk to you, the incoming freshman class of 2026, about overcoming these challenges as you enter a new phase of your life. I encourage you all to
Well, say thank you to our speech team. You guys are wonderful, and thank you for joining us tonight. This is so incredible, and we are very pleased with all that you have accomplished in the time you've been with us.
And if you guys want to take stock and talk, you can support us on our red track.
Awesome, thank you for sharing. Is there any way we could get the presentation
Yes,
sent to us?
I'm
We have
going,
that.
I've already shared it with 2 of them, and I will get it shared with the rest, as
Thank you.
well as Gail and Lisa already have it shared.
Thank you, students.
Thank you.
You left us wanting more. That was great.
Congratulations on a great season.